Hi everyone. First of all, I want to thank you for the response of my first English video. This is the second one. I will keep doing this kind of English versions of my tutorials on Darktable, although my English has not improved since the first one. I hope you will forgive me for that. Well, the technique I want to show you today is on improving this kind of images that has these white skies that are not real. When you take a photography in sunny days without clouds and very brightful, you adjust the exposure to the ground and then the sky usually gets overexposed. I will show you a technique to get some bluish skies in overexposed images. I call it Top Gear effect. Maybe you know these TV shows called Top Gear about cars, expensive cars, Ferraris and Maseratis and so on. Actually, I don't like cars, but I like the show very much, and especially the photography. When they shoot cars, the image has a strong contrast with powerful colors and some kind of vignette on the top of the sky. Actually, it is not a vignette. They use a neutral density filter to get this kind of effect that tries to compensate exposure of the skies and the grounds. So I will try to emulate that to give some presence to the skies. For that, I'm going to use this graduated density plugin on Darktable. First of all, we move this slider to the top of the image and we give this filter a blue color, like this. We move the saturation and you can see now we have some kind of blue sky here. Well, we have to adjust this slider to keep the effect right, because as you can see here in the house it has bluish colors and we don't want it. So we can change, well, there are many ways to change that. We can rotate the image, we can move up the slider, we can change compression. It depends on the image, okay? So we have to adjust the effect in order to get the best result possible. Yeah, right. I think it's quite good. We can move the density if we want a strong effect, blue, powerful blue. I think that's more than enough. If we want to make this more powerful, we can make another instance of graduated density plugin and do the same, moving the slider up, but this time we only change the density. And you see the effect that we get. Again, we can change compression, we can move the slider to save as much as possible this building here until we are satisfied with the result. This is the first strategy to get this Top Gear effect with this blue, strong blue sky and this white part of the sky that now is like a halo or something like that. Is quite interesting. At least it looks better than this. Okay, this is more interesting, I think. I think we have to protect this a little more, so we are gonna get radical and change the opacity. Yeah, right, I think that's better. Something like this. Well, the second way to get this effect is not with the graduated density, but with the vignetting tool. So we delete the second instance of graduated density plugin, we let the first one to get this blue sky and activate the vignette tool. I make the image smaller, pressing Ctrl on the mouse wheel, and I'm going to change the shape of the vignette and move it down so it does not affect the ground. I don't want the ground to be affected by that. So with these changes, I think it's enough with that. Maybe a little bigger here, something like that. We change the saturation to 0 and we can now adapt the brightness as we want, this way. Okay. The difference between the first effect and the second one is quite clear. Now we have these corners here darker, but not in black, but in blue. And now the white part is round, it's not a straight line, so I think it's more interesting, it looks more natural. I think maybe it's too much blue here, but now we are going to compensate that, increasing the saturation and contrast in the rest of the image. So we are going to move to the tone group and apply a mid-contrast tone curve, and going to Velvia plugin, we can change a little bit to give more strength, and equalizer plugin, always with clarity subtle, and that's all. As you can see now, the colors of the ground part are very saturated and it fits better with the blue of the sky. Of course, you can adapt the vignette to get different results, like this, even you can change the shape this way, a little more, something like that. Moving up a little bit again, this way. I think this is enough. Okay, from the original image that, as you can see, was overexposed in the skies with this white sky, I use graduated density plugin to get this blue sky here, and then I use the vignetting plugin, tone curve, Velvia, equalizer, and again adjusting the vignette of the image. And this is the final result. This is the Top Gear effect. I hope you enjoy watching this tutorial. I will upload this style on the wiki of Darktable's web, so you can use it if you want. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.